Hi guys! Today I'm reviewing the Ninja Foodi multi-cooker, pressure cooker, steamer, and air fryer. This is supposed to be a pressure cooker and air fryer in one. As you can see, it's very large. It's about 13.5 inches tall, 17 inches wide, and 13.25 inches deep. It weighs about 21.5 pounds. The cord length is about 29 inches. With the lid open, the height is 21 inches. So this is definitely not going to fit under your cabinets. This lid stays on the Ninja at all times. The heat shield inside the crisping lid. It comes with a second lid. This is the pressure cooker lid. The cooking lid stays open while you're using the pressure cooker lid. I do wish this lid was removable because it's large and kind of awkward. It just sits here while you're using the pressure cooker. Some pressure cookers have a slot on the side so you can put the hot pressure cooker lid in it. You don't have to look for a place. This Ninja does not have a slot. It has two handles on the side. Before you get this, I would recommend you find a place for it. This is not something you want to move around because it is heavy. It is large in size, but if you consider it as a replacement for an air fryer and pressure cooker, then it makes sense. On the pressure lid, there's the red float valve and the pressure release valve. The pressure release valve is not removable. Turn it to sealing during pressure cooking and venting afterwards. There's a silicone ring on the underside of the pressure lid. It's removable for washing, and the anti-clog cap. It pulls up for cleaning. The air outlet vent is in the back of the unit. Make sure you leave enough space around the unit and don't block the vent. This is the condensation collector. Just pulls out and slides back in. Hand wash the condensation collector after each use. This is the cooking basket with the detachable diffuser on the bottom. This is the 6.5 quart removable cooking pot. There are markings inside in cups and liters. There's a max line and another max line for pressure cooking, so don't fill above that when you pressure cook. The pot is non-stick, so don't use any metal utensils. A reversible rack is also included. The digital panel has a pressure cook function, steam, slow cook, and sear saute. With the sear saute function, you can use the unit as you would a regular pot on the stove. TenderCrisp is to crisp up skin on any cooked food. Bake roast is to cook food like you would in an oven. Broil like in an oven. Here's the power button to turn the unit on. And keep warm for up to 12 hours. After cooking, the unit automatically goes into keep warm mode. With the crisping lid on, you can choose air crisp, bake, roast, or broil. With the air crisp function, the default temperature of 390 degrees Fahrenheit will be displayed. You can choose any temperature between 300 degrees and 400 degrees. The maximum time you can cook is 1 hour with the air crisp function. With air crisp, you can use the reversible rack or the basket with the diffuser attached. With the bake roast function, the default temperature is 375 degrees Fahrenheit. You can use the time arrow to set the cook time for up to 4 hours. The temperature for baking is from 250 degrees Fahrenheit to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. With the broil function, there is no temperature adjustment. You can set the time for up to 30 minutes. When broiling, put the reversible rack in the pot, put the ingredients on, and close the lid. When using the air crisp bake or broil, it's best to heat the unit for 5 minutes before adding the ingredients. With the pressure lid on, you can use pressure, steam, slow cook, or sear saute. When pressure cooking, you need at least 1/2 cup of liquid in the pot. As with just about any pressure cooker, if you're cooking rice, beans, or something else that expands, don't fill the pot more than halfway. With pressure cooking, you can choose high or low using the temperature buttons. The time can be set up to 4 hours. With the steam function, add at least 1 cup of liquid to the pot. There's no temperature adjustment. You can set the time up to 30 minutes. With the slow cook function, you can choose high or low. Using the high setting, you can adjust the time from 4 to 12 hours. And using the low setting, you can adjust it from 6 to 12 hours. With the sear saute function, you can choose the temperature from high, medium, medium low, or low. There's no time adjustment. Included is an instruction manual, cooking cheat sheet. It gives you time and temperature using the different functions for meat, vegetables, and frozen food. A recipe book with 15 recipes is also included. There's herb roasted chicken, which we'll try in a minute, ribs, mac and cheese, chili, and desserts like chocolate chip cookies. There's also a pressure cooking chart for meat and vegetables, grains, and beans. When you first get the unit, wash the pressure lid, silicone ring, cooking pot, basket, rack, and condensation collector in hot soapy water. and rinse and dry it. Let's try the herb roasted chicken from the recipe book. In the cooking pot, I have a tablespoon of whole black peppercorns, 5 garlic cloves peeled and smashed, 5 sprigs fresh thyme. This is a 1/4 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of hot water, and 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. Pour that into the pot. This whole chicken is 4.6 pounds. You could fit up to a 5-pound chicken in the basket. You can see this chicken just fits in here. It will shrink when it cooks. And I've tied the legs with twine. Put the pressure cooker lid on and turn the valve to seal. Choose pressure. The temp should be high. And the time is 15 minutes. Press start. The total cooking time should be 37 minutes according to the recipe book. It should take 6 minutes for the pressure to build, 15 minutes for cooking, 1 minute for pressure release, and 15 to 20 minutes for air crisp. After it comes up to pressure, the rotating lights on the display will stop. Then you'll see 15 minutes and it'll count down. When the cook time is up, the unit beeps and switches to keep warm mode. You can press the keep warm button to turn it off. The float valve popped up. After 11.5 minutes, the timer started counting down. The cycle's finished and the unit's gone into keep warm mode. I'll turn the keep warm off. Turn the valve to vent. The float valve dropped down. Now we can open the lid. Now I'll brush the chicken with a tablespoon of oil and put a little salt and pepper on. The skin is really soft. It's almost tearing, so be careful when you brush. Close the air crisp lid. Choose air crisp, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 minutes, and press start. The cycle is done. Let's open the lid and check on the chicken. Skin feels crispy. Turn the unit off. Use an oven mitt to hold the handles and take the basket out. You can see there's liquid on the bottom of the pan. It's really tasty. You can serve it with the chicken. Let the chicken rest 10 minutes before cutting into it. The chicken is extra juicy. It's very tasty. The wing pulls right off. You can see the red around the thigh on the left side of the chicken, so it's not fully cooked. The right side of the chicken is cooked more than the left side. The chicken probably needs another 5 to 10 minutes. This chicken was 4.6 pounds. In the recipe book, a 5-pound chicken is supposed to cook in 15 minutes. It does say to add 5 minutes if you want the skin to be crispier. However, the skin is golden brown after the 15 minutes I cooked it. If I air crisped any longer, I think the skin would get too dark. You see the dark spot in the middle when I first took the chicken out? Like many air fryers, the heat is not perfectly even. You will get some dark spots and some light spots. If you're cooking chicken in a standard oven, the heat will also be uneven, unless you have a convection or if you keep turning the chicken. For cooking a chicken larger than 4 pounds, I would suggest pressure cooking for 20 minutes and air crisping for 15, so the chicken is fully cooked. The bottom of the chicken is similar to cooking in a standard oven. It won't be crispy, but it won't be soggy either. I just cleaned the pot. It was very easy to clean. The basket was also easy to clean since it's non-stick. The diffuser on the bottom is a little harder to clean. There are these little grooves and food bits can get stuck in there. Dry the pot and the basket. Snap the diffuser back on. I haven't put the pot in, so the display will say pot to remind you. And it won't let you do anything until you put the pot in. Pot and basket are in. It's says shut, so I shut the lid. Next we'll try making fries. This is 1 pound of russet potatoes that I've peeled, cut, and soaked in water for 30 minutes. I'll drain the potatoes and pat them dry. About a tablespoon of vegetable oil. I want an air crisp, which is already selected. The default temperature, 390 degrees Fahrenheit. The cook time should be about 25 minutes. It is suggested to heat the unit for 5 minutes before cooking. So I'll set the time to 5 minutes and start. 5 minutes are up. Put the potatoes in. Remember, the pot is hot. I do wish there was some other kind of handle in the basket because it's a little tricky reaching in here and taking out the basket. Choose air crisp and set the time to 25 minutes. Press start. Shake the fries halfway through cooking. Time to shake the fries. They're a little brown around the edges. The time paused when I opened the lid. And when I close the lid, it resumes. There's 2 minutes 48 seconds left on the clock. I just wanted to check and see how the fries are doing, and I'm glad I did because they're golden brown. They look good. They look the same as most of the air fryers that I've reviewed. Season them with salt right away. They taste exactly the same as the fries I've made in most of the air fryers I've reviewed. For cleaning, the base can be wiped down with a damp cloth. The pot, silicone ring, rack, basket, and the detachable diffuser can be washed in the dishwasher. The pressure lid, the valve, and the cap can be washed with water and soap. They're not dishwasher safe. After the heat shield cools, you can wipe it down with a wet cloth. Make sure to dry all the parts before using. You saw how the Ninja did on pressure cooking the chicken and then crisping it up. The fries look and taste good. If you want to try out this Ninja, I've put a link in the description below. As always, I hope you found this review helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more reviews. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.